What's up, everybody? I was recently sent an email with this particular image asking me to help them to digitize it. And in my opinion, I've been using Inkstitch for a couple of years now, really. And I look at this and I go, well, this is super simple. So somebody's kind of just messing with me. But I've thought about it for a minute and decided, when I first started, it was a little overwhelming to me too. So it never hurts to go back a step or two and show how to do a very simple digitize, because sometimes the more advanced we get, the more we forget that at one time even simple was hard. So today we're going to do something that we would consider simple, but it can be overwhelming and daunting for somebody who is just starting out. So we're going to digitize this for that person. We'll step you through. I'm going to assume they have Inkstitch, and I'm going to show you some things that you can do to step this up another level above what this very simplified image is. I don't know how well this is going to trace because there are some offset colors in this supposedly white. There's some shadowing down here. Hold on. Fire that up. Oh, that ain't it. That's it. So there's some shading down here that makes it look almost like it's a bent piece of paper, and somebody took a picture of this with a ceiling light on from above. I'm going to try it, see how it does, and if it doesn't work right, then I'm going to show you how to fix it to do it again. So close this out. I've already got Inkscape running. I don't have my size set. It needs it for a 5x7, which is 7 wide by 5. We should have our size. Now we're going to import. What did I do with it? I put it there, and there, and there. Okay. So there is our image. We need to shrink it down a little bit. There is a background on it. I thought there would be. I think we can remove that pretty easy. Again, it depends on how it traces. So I'm going to go ahead and size it down. Size it up a little bit more. Okay, so let's see how well this thing will trace. Do path, trace bitmap. That looks really good, actually. That's probably all we need it to be. Yeah, there's a lot of ugly white colors going on in there. Let's go ahead and try this one and see what we get. Speckles, smooth corners, probably fine. And trying to optimize. So let's go ahead and apply. Let's see what we look like here. Go to my layers. And I'm going to hide the image. That's not bad. That's not too bad. Now we got a little bit of fixing to do in here. And what we're going to do is, first thing we're going to do is delete that image. Now we need to break it apart. And you can just do that with path break apart. You don't necessarily have to do it with Inkstitch unless when you break apart and it starts filling in circles that it shouldn't fill in, then you'll have to do it through Inkstitch. So I'm going to select everything. Go to extensions, Inkstitch, troubleshoot, clean up document. I had to think for just a second. 6 elements removed. Those 6 elements would be little tiny dots, usually. We're going to zoom in. A little bit of roughage here, so we're gonna straighten this one out. Oops. And all I'm going to do is select every one of these nodes and delete. Boom. Simple. And the rest of that one don't look too bad. Don't see anywhere else that it's doing kind of the same thing. So yeah, the rest of it looks pretty good, I think. Okay, we're gonna run with that. So the next thing we're gonna do, we've already simplified it. No, we've already done a break apart. So everything should be able to stitch just like it is. We'll go extensions, Inkstitch, and troubleshoot. Troubleshoot objects. Border crosses itself. We have one instance of border crossing itself. So we're going to delete that troubleshoot layer. It was that one. We do extensions, Inkstitch. This time we are going to do the Inkstitch. Tools, fill, break apart, fill objects, hit apply. Hit close. I guess it did it. Extensions, Inkstitch. Troubleshoot objects. Still there. Oh, I did it on the wrong thing, didn't I? Okay. Go ahead and delete that again. Now select that object. Extensions, Inkstitch. Fill tools, break apart, fill objects, hit apply. Now it should be good. Extensions, Inkstitch. Troubleshoot objects, hit apply. All shapes are valid. So now we're good. Now we have a stitchable digitized object, and we're going to go select the whole thing, Inkstitch params. I know it's not the red that your original image was, but you just, even if it's black, when you go to stitch it out, you use red thread, you get a red stitch out. Not bad. 20,000 stitches. That's a lot. We're going to cut some of that down just by going with fill, underlay, row spacing, 2 mil. Hit apply. So we just cut the underlay stitching more than in half. We should be around 16,000 stitches, I think. Go ahead and do params. Let's see how many we got. 17,000. I wasn't too far off. Okay, hit quit. Hit apply and quit. Now, let's go ahead and change this to the more along the lines of the red color that the original image was, because I want to do some playing around with some colors. I want to make that and that and that, and probably that too. Let's go with those. I want to make those black. Kind of like belt buckles, right? You could also make the tires black. Go ahead and see what that looks like. Make sure it's the same color black so you're not doing a lot of switching. That looks pretty good, I think. Entirely up to you. In fact, let me undo both of those. I'm going to save this file, save as. We're going to save this as, need to be in the folder, don't I? LTL, speed skate. We're going to save this as speed skate.svg. Okay. And then I'm going to go file, save as, speed skate, SVG. I'm going to hit this little drop down button. And then I'm going to come down here and select Inkstitch zip export multiple format, because I don't know what format she needs it to be in. So I'm just going to do a zip of multiple formats, hit save. It's going to give me a list of the formats that I want to save it as. Those ones that are pre-default, pretty standard. And I'll just hit OK. Okay, so now I'm going to play around. I'm going to select that. And what I did to select the one by itself is I held down left control and selected the object. Now I'm going to hold down shift and multiple select objects. Make those black. I'm going to select that, and I want to make that more of a silver, chrome, metallic, something similar to that, Oh, you know what I missed? That and that. Those should also be black. Okay. Now, I'm going to go extensions Inkstitch. I'm going to visualize, simulate. Let's see what it looks like. Hit fast forward. That's pretty cool. Give me a screen print. Save. Realistic. And then I'm going to take away render jumps. Screen sprint. Screen print. Hit save. Alrighty, I like it. Okay, now you noticed in that, I'm assuming you noticed in that little visual preview, it was black and it was gray and then it was black and it was red and it was black. So there's a lot of things going there. So if you're on a 15 needle machine, you can, that's not a problem. If you're on a single needle machine, you don't want to give the machine black thread 4 times for one piece, right? So you're going to select the black, go to edit, select same fill color. Now you see all these different fill colors. They're separated in that column. And all you want to do is select on it, right click, and then group. Now all your blacks are in one group right there at the top. So that's red, and that's the only red, and then the silver, and then what is that? That's not showing up. That's what that is. But those are things that don't even need to be there by the looks. Interesting. All right, it's good to know. So those are gone. Now we have the red and gray. Outstanding. So I will resave. I'll reload that other one and resave it without those little bits in there that don't need to be there. Otherwise, I like it. And I'm only, well, would it take me about 10 minutes to actually do it, and then another 5 minutes I've been playing around. So that's some, it's just some eye candy, food for thought. Like I said, sometimes when we tend to forget that at one time the simple things were hard. So anyway, that's all for this video. As always, thank you so much for watching. Yeah, more or less just giving you a little preview of some things I do after the fact. I'm gonna open this up in Arc. That's the zip file, and I'm gonna throw my modified one in there with it. In Arc and Linux, you can add to a zip file. I'm gonna throw that in there with it. Now that's in there with it, and I'll send that zip file just like that. Close and close it, and now I can send that file to the person, and we're all good. If you got this far, again, thanks for watching.